3 years ago, I couldn't get out of bed. I was foggy, I was exhausted, I had no energy, but I had plans and I had ambition. And I had multiple sclerosis telling me I couldn't do any of it. And today I run multiple companies, I close real estate deals, and I feel better now than I did at 25, while also raising chickens and geese on my property. What changed? I'm going to tell you exactly what I did, and no, my doctor did not recommend it. At my worst, I was dealing with brain fog, fatigue, mobility issues. I couldn't even take my trash out to the street. And I was trying to run a business, be a partner, and show up for my life. And I felt like I was failing at all of it. I tried everything the conventional route offered, and some of it helped. But I still felt like I was operating at like maybe 60% of who I actually am. And I remember sitting at my desk one afternoon. I had a deal I needed to close, emails to answer, decisions to make, and I just couldn't. And I sat there and I cried. Not because of the MS, because I refused to accept this was my ceiling. That refusal is what eventually led me to peptides. Okay, so let me get into the practical stuff because this is what you actually came for, right? The peptides I started with was BPC-157 and TB-500. These are generally known as the Wolverine stack. And the reason it's called this is because it really heals you like the Wolverine. If you think about the Marvel comic character, the Wolverine, and how he can heal himself, it's because peptides are a short chain of amino acids that direct your cells to do things. And the BPC-157 is actually to heal ligaments, muscles. If a person in sports tears a hamstring and you put the BPC-157 and the TB-500 right near that injury, it's going to get to work right away in helping you heal and heal at a very accelerated timeline than what you would on your own. On sourcing, this is the area where I see people go wrong most often. Not all peptide suppliers are the same. You want third-party testing, US-based manufacturing, and transparent COAs, certificate of analysis. The suppliers I use and trust is linked below. I vetted them myself before recommending them to anyone. And on dosing and protocol, I'm not going to give you a prescription because that's not my lane. But what I'll tell you is that I started with a conservative approach and built from there. And the communities on Reddit, our peptides specifically, were incredibly helpful. Here's the thing nobody talks about when it comes to chronic illness and entrepreneurship. Your health is your business. And every bad symptom day is a day you're operating below your capacity. And every hour you spend foggy is an hour you can't close, can't create, and can't lead. When I started feeling better, my business accelerated. Not because I was working harder, but because I was sharper, more decisive, and more present. I'm building a factory. I'm developing real estate. I'm raising a flock of birds, and I'm recording this video and I'm closing deals this week. And that's not possible at 60% capacity. So whether or not you have MS, if you're a woman building something and you're not optimizing your biology, you are leaving performance on the table. If this resonated with you, I want to do 3 things. 1, hit subscribe. I'm going to be doing deep dives on every peptide I use, practical guides, and honest reviews. And this channel is about real optimization, not hype. 2, check the description. I've linked everything I mentioned, my peptide supplier, the research I referenced, and all my resources. And 3, drop a comment. Tell me, are you dealing with a chronic illness and still trying to build something? I want to know your story. I read every comment. This community is going to be built by people who refuse to accept their ceiling. So I'll see you on the next one.